Hello there, welcome back to the channel. I have something for you today. I have been building a gold farm on my new 1.17 server, and I have gone a little bit insane with it. So let's get into this and I'll show you what I have done. I'm very proud of it. Everything's been done in survival, and I wanted good stuff. I wanted to have lots and lots and lots of drops, and it worked. So let's get into this. But basically, I will start off by saying that this is a bunch of shit thrown together from different other places. This is a sorter that I had actually created myself over here. All of this is basically my own design. The farm itself is actually a design by, I do believe, Gnembon. I did modify it to fit what I needed it to do. So basically, I have a 4-tier platform area for the zombified piglins to sit in. If you notice the glass blocks on the top, that is at height level 256, so I can't go any higher. The 2 blocks, I just liked having the 2 blocks. I thought it looked nice. But basically, this is to stop the gas from spawning. You need to have only 2 high on your platforms. So you notice there's only 2 spaces in between. If you have more than 2 spaces, you will get magma cubes spawning everywhere, which is absolutely horrible. So inside of the platforms, we have turtle eggs. So these are set to specifically 1 block above the platform, every other platform. Again, this is all based off of Gnembon's research. I will be adding links to the description of the videos that I did use. Now again, like I said, I didn't actually use their stuff specifically, but I did use it to build what I have. So the zombified piglins see the turtle egg, even though it's behind a trap door, think they can get to it, jump to their death, down into the tubes. The grindstones are here because it actually gives a perfect amount of space for the piglins to drop down into the chutes. Let me go ahead and get a couple eggs here. Okay, now I'm going to use creative just because I want to display what's going on here so you can see. So I'm going to drop in some piglins and you'll see that they'll all run towards it and they'll go through. If you have too many piglins and they all try to go forward at the one time, you notice that they don't really get stuck. They do get a little bit, but they do work themselves out. If these grindstones were not here, that would not work. They would get stuck here, they despawn or whatever. So the grindstone is a very, very good tool in doing this. Jump back into Spectator Mode here. And like I said, you notice there's no turtle egg. So it's every other platform that you need the turtle egg. If you put a turtle egg on every single platform, they will get stuck. Don't ask me, even Gnembon doesn't understand its magic. So basically, 1 above, every other block. So I only needed 2 turtle eggs for this whole thing. What I did do is the Gnembon, he put in a drop thing with a sliding thing that allows blah 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 to change from a drop shoot to a kill shoot. I didn't want to have that. I just wanted a drop shoot. So what I did is I put in a single piece of lava. Now these are lava source blocks. I just have some signs stopping it from going down further. So basically what that does is it allows me to be far enough from where I'm standing down here to the spawn sphere here. Okay, so this is the sphere from where things can spawn. Can't spawn. Anything inside of this sphere while I'm standing in this location will not spawn. So if you look, this goes right up to the bottom of the first layer. So where I stand and where the bottom of the layer is, now anything above that blue can spawn. So they can spawn on here, 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 here. Now, that does not mean, you know, that is not where everything can spawn, of course. So if I go back in and show you the Despawn Sphere, which is 128 blocks from where you are out on all sides in the sphere, you can see that the Despawn Sphere is huge. So anything can spawn inside of this sphere. So you can see why I had to actually go through and put stone slabs everywhere inside of the nether to stop things from spawning inside of this sphere. So you can see anything inside of the sphere. There's nothing spawning in here. And of course I didn't go, you know, below that. There's no reason to. So I placed all those blocks down here to stop things from spawning. Yes, I'm insane. I spent way too much time on this. So that's only one piece of this whole situation. When you have this wonderful system, so this thing gives a disgusting amount of drops. So not only does it give nuggets, but it also gives ingots, a shit ton of flesh, and almost all their swords. I swear to God, there's so many swords. Anyways, this is another design that I found that somebody else had created, and again, I don't remember. What's fantastic about this is it uses a double hopper system. And not only do I mean just double hoppers as in where the piglins are sitting, but basically if you have a hopper going into a hopper and also feeding into a hopper from whenever it's dropping it out. So you can see this one here is pushing into this one, but it's also dropping into this one. This dropper will actually drop 2 times faster because it'll actually drop into this hopper and this hopper at the same exact time, therefore making a double speed hopper. This whole system uses a double speed hopper that goes into droppers. So basically when this thing sees that there is an output from a hopper, it turns on this observer sees it, turns on the whole thing. Let me get back in here. I want to get rid of these do not need to be here. Anyways, it was bothering me. So basically when they drop, the drops go in, it sees that there are drops. When it sees that there's drop, it turns this on, which turns on a clock, which starts dropping things out of the dropper. This thing is ridiculously fast. And again, I will put a link to that. Now you'll notice that there are 3 droppers, one up here, one here, and one here. So it's dropping 3 times from every single one of the hoppers. You'll notice that these guys are only standing on 3 hoppers. I have this just for a catch. So if anything spills out, it automatically catches it. So when these all go into here, they go into the dropper, they all spit into this one piece of cobweb. Now the idea behind the cobweb is that the cobweb stops the stuff from flying around and it drops it directly down into the ice path. When it drops into the ice path, you will notice that there is a piece of string there. You can barely see it. There it is. So when things drop down, I'll just show you. Give me a second and we'll jump back into survival mode. Get underneath here. Have a couple swipes. Okay. Spectator mode. So you'll see that things are dropping in. A lot of things to this. So what this does is it does two things. It stops things from going all over the place and it groups them together. But when it drops, observer sees, pushes his stuff over to the other one. And I used these anvils because the anvils do not allow things to spawn on them. Like if I turn this on, you'll notice no spawning spawn. Like up here, it says I can spawn on these ones. This one, it cannot spawn on. So I use the anvil. This one is this way. This one is this way. If you have it around the other way, stuff will spill off. So you have to have it long ways in here. When this gets shot across here, it gets pushed up against this chest. This chest aligns it just so that it is on both this side and I gotta slow myself down here. It aligns itself so it's on this side and it's on this side. So it's actually straddling this line here whenever things get pushed across. This chest is very important for that alignment. So it's like that. It pushes across the ice here and it gets picked up by the hoppers. Now, it does that 3 times. Once this way, once that way, and what are you doing here? Once across here, and if the junk is still there, such as the rotten flesh and the swords, they get thrown into the lava. I just have a chunk of lava down there. Now I have this too wide for 2 reasons. Because since it's straddling this, it's actually dropping into the center in between those 2 lava spaces. So I need to have the lava too wide. I could have some kind of hopper and something, you know, dropping down in there, but it doesn't make sense to really do all that whenever gravity does its thing and everything's all happy. Let's talk about the sorting system. The sorting system is not just the normal sorting system. Again, I do believe this was a ilmango design from 2013, if I'm not mistaken. I had to modify it somewhat because of changes from 2016. It broke it. So basically, I'm using the double hopper design again so that things can feed very quickly out of this. Now, this here isn't a double speed, but because it's being dropped into a hopper that is both feeding left and down, this is a double speed hopper. I hope that makes sense. It's going down into the single hopper, but because, okay, so a hopper can pull more than it can output. So, since the hopper is both pushing and putting down below, it's actually doing double speed. So the main change between ilmango's design and this design is this hopper right here. It is pointing into the comparator. The ilmango design was pointing directly down. If you point it directly down, it will not work. So this design filters out gold nuggets, gold nuggets, gold nuggets, gold nugget, gold ingots, more gold ingots, and then I have it swapping back over to gold nuggets. All of these are gold nuggets. Now I went through and cleaned out a lot of this today. I did some AFK for a couple of hours last night, and both of these were filled. Yeah, in fact, I didn't even go through and unfill this one. I just did this one. Jesus, there's already that much. This thing was completely empty, and I haven't even really been AFKing. And so you can see that there is, hey, crap ton. That was empty also. Love it. Anyways, so I basically have like a little area down here that I can put the ingots together. So let's switch over to the trading hall. The trading hall, I'm very, very proud of also. So basically this whole design is mine. This is where you drop in the ingots. In fact, let me just go ahead. I can actually jump out of I can jump into survival mode here. You drop in the ingots. This then does a elevator up to this chest, where this minecart picks up exactly 4 ingots, because it is a hopper minecart and it is pulling from this chest whenever it goes past. When it goes past, it drops them into these hoppers. Bloop, there goes one. When it drops it into these hoppers, and I love this, it then looks at the hopper and says, oh, there's a power signal because there's something in the hopper. I have this going from both hoppers, that one and this one. So if either one has any gold in it, it'll light this line up. After it lights this line up, it goes across and depowers this torch. If there's no gold in there, this torch is always on. Since this torch is on, this hopper clock does not run. Inside of this hopper clock is, I do believe, it looks like 10 items. Yes. Oh no, there's 11. Yes, there's exactly 11. So this is just an Etho hopper clock. You can see the designs anywhere. So based off of this design, I have, and I'll get back up here so you can see it. I have a red line coming off of, a redstone line coming off of whenever this switches over. It powers this. Runs across here. These are just so that it can power it across. And dispenses 1 gold ingot because this powers that dropper. Because there's only one thing going across, it's not going to spit more than 1 because it's only hitting it once with the power and then turning off. So let's go watch this. I absolutely love this. So I have this timed perfectly. So when these guys drop their stuff from their trade, an ingot automatically drops and they pick it up. All 4 are doing this at the exact same time. Bloop. There they go. I absolutely love this. For whatever reason, my poor little brain is just giddy whenever I see that thing drop down right whenever they're throwing their stuff. Okay, so these have some hoppers underneath it. Nothing special. That goes to an item elevator. And this one has its own item elevator. Now I did this so that I didn't overclog the system. Now I'm really thinking about throwing like 2 or 3 more piglins inside of here, because if you have multiple piglins in here, and let's say I shoot out 3 ingots, each one will pick up their own. A piglin will catch a gold ingot out of the air before a hopper can pick it up So dropping them from a dropper is really good. So if I had a total of 12 here, yeah, 3 in each one, 12, this thing would just freaking scream. I don't think I care right now, but basically this item elevator and this item elevator do two things. It splits it. That's one of the main things that I'm doing with this. Now, this was also something that I designed, and I'll go ahead and go into spectator mode for this. So this is where the stuff comes up. We can see the stuff going across. Bloop, there it goes. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, that's from this side. This is from this side. So I'm splitting the amount of drops to each one. Now, if you have one item sorter and you're shoving both of these lines into it, that wouldn't make sense. So what I did is I actually created a dual item sorter, one for this side, and it runs down that way. Okay, and then I have another item sorter running this way. Now this one is handling the one from the left over there, and this one is handling this one from the right. Now just on the other side, there's an exact same replica of this basically. So basically when it's done with what I have sorted out, it throws it into these hoppers, which throws them into a junk barrels. I just figured I'd use barrels. I don't know why. So there's a whole bunch of junk barrels, and it looks like I didn't clean this out, but there's some ingots from my testing. But yeah, so these are the junk barrels. And then after the junk barrels are full, because if this one runs across and it sees this one's full, it goes, oh, well, I can't put anything in here, so I'll push off to the next one, which actually goes into a trash bin. So if I take, let's see, I'll just grab some of these and throw them in here. Bloop, bloop, into the lava. Nothing, gone. So basically, this is a complete dual item sorter that allows things to be sorted twice as fast, and I don't have to worry about this thing clogging. And that's why I said I really would like to go ahead and turn this into a quad. That just means getting a lot more piglins in here, which is a pain in the butt. Nevertheless, I have all of this sorted, all of this going. Super proud of this. And I think I've covered everything. And like I said, the drops from this thing are absolutely amazing. All right, well, there you go. If you have any questions, be sure to drop me some information down below in the comments. Like and subscribe. I've got some new things coming that I want to go ahead and do later on, but I will see you later. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was informative for you. This was a very informative build for me. I learned a lot from it. So alrighty, have a good one, and I'll see you around. Bye.